All right, so the Tuskegee Airmen Red Tails. Did you guys feel like, because this is living history and it's an amalgamation of different living, breathing people's stories, did you guys feel like a tremendous amount of pressure, or did you feel like honored to be telling these stories? What did you feel going into this project?
It was all of the above, really. I mean, you feel that self-imposed pressure of wanting to do a good job as an actor, and also, for their sake, because their legacy is a largely untold one and an incredible one, a one in which I know as a person who now lives in America, is living the benefits of that legacy. But also, it is a huge honor to get to depict them, because these weren't just warriors, and by that I mean they weren't just fighters. They were, then they are still, those of them that are still with us, just incredible minds, incredible human beings in terms of what they went on to achieve beyond being part of the Tuskegee Airmen. So in a contracted sense, within 2 hours of cinema, we've done that on a big canvas with an action movie that emphasizes and typifies the excitement and the adventure that they went through, but still paying homage to just how incredible these men were.
Wait, easy. We gotta take it head on. Low, so the guns can't hit us.
It's my decision, Lightning. Stay in formation. Where's Lightning?
Where the hell are you, Lightning? Taking a train from the front like you should have done.
Like a good old Georgia ass whooping.
Terrence, tell me how important it was for you to have Tuskegee Airmen actually on set with you all, I guess advising and witnessing the process of this film.
I mean, you can hear of the exploits and you can try and transport yourself into their position and what they saw and how they imagined it and what they felt before they got in the plane, or what they felt with the responsibilities on their shoulders. But then to actually be able to talk to them face to face, like I was speaking with Dr. Roscoe Brown earlier, and I mean, most of the things that I would be able to talk to him about was from my character, Colonel Bullard, who was Benjamin O. Davis in a sense, and learning of his stoic nature.
When we came under your command, Colonel, you stated very clearly that we would never find Negroes who could pass a pilot's exam, make it through flight school, survive basic combat.
A combat record which, to this point...
We've done all of that.
To this point, I don't believe your boys have scored a single aerial kill.
Because you have not assigned us a single forward mission. It's damn hard to shoot down the enemy 100 miles behind the front lines.
We're given hand-me-down planes, ordered to attack targets that have already been bypassed, fly patrols where the enemy hasn't been seen for months. Now, we've done every low-down, dirty job you've handed us, hoping that we would just limp along and go away. We will not go away. We have a right to fight for our country, the same as every other American. So you shut us down, or you let us fly. But I was more interested in how, Lightning was affected by him, because he would speak about the exploits of Lightning as these were the things he did. Dr. Brown, he was the first one to shoot down a 262 jet fighter, the first African American. He actually shot up the train, and got a piece in there. So I mean, for me to see the comparison between Mr. Oyelowo and Dr. Brown, I mean, I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching a film within a film and a passing of the lantern. So
That's good. I like that, a passing of the lantern. Dr. King's birthday is coming up, and there is just a brand new monument on the Washington Monument for him. I'm wondering if you all have seen it, if you've been there, if you plan to travel there, and finally what Dr. King's legacy means to you all.
Yeah, I went to see it. In fact, myself and Nick Parker went to see it. It was when it was opened as it were to the public, and it was an incredibly emotional thing for me personally. I was crying like a baby, to be perfectly honest. It's a beautiful monument, and it's beautiful to see again that being paid its due, in a sense. And that's where, it links into what we're trying to do, to see Dr. King on the monument, to see the Tuskegee Airmen at a time when we have an African-American president, not in a small, tiny little film that only a few people are gonna see, but done with everything thrown at it, but by way of passion, by way of money, by way of resources, thrown at it uncompromisingly. That because it represents the same thing. You put Dr. King on the monument, you have George Lucas, at the helm, godfathering this kind of project. It's like, no, we're going to do this properly, and that's been what was amazing about doing this film.
Terrence?
Well, we are living and eating the pie of all of his hard work. The fact that you are sitting here interviewing us, this isn't in the back room of some Alabama church. This is, in one of the most prestigious hotels in New York City. Have been funded by one of the best directors and filmmakers of our era, Mr. George Lucas, who then champions this young man, Anthony Hemingway, and then takes these young actors, not well known throughout the world as far as the economic standards are. We have been given and granted this opportunity as a result of what Martin Luther King stood for, lived for, died for. My entire livelihood and acceptance within the world is as an appreciation to what he gave us.
Thank you both so much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your contribution to this film.
Thank you.